Hey, and welcome back to the Educator Sanctuary, where we have big conversations, mindset shifts, personal growth, and all the things that help us live more intentionally. Listen, whether you are a mom, a teacher, a community leader, or if you're a woman holding space for others, this show is for you. I definitely want to talk to you all this week because so much has been happening lately. And after my own experiences, plus talking to just other people throughout the week, I know that I'm not alone in my experiences. Right now, it has seemed like so many people are stuck in what I would like to call the waiting season, meaning that it is the season between you asking for what you want and then it actually coming into fruition, you being able to hold it in your hands or see it play out in your life. If you have ever been in a waiting season, you know that it is going to test you in ways that you didn't even know you needed to be tested. So last week, I did talk a little bit about how I made some plans back in January for something that was super big that I knew was going to happen in June. And it didn't. And now we're here in July and I'm waiting again, not on the same thing, but on different things, on important things, on things that I feel like, what is the problem? This should have been here by now. What I do know is that in any situation where you feel like you're waiting, it's almost likely a test, and I have become aware of that. So I talked about my car situation last week, how it just literally unexpectedly broke down after the mechanic said, it's fine. And when I least expected it, the time it could not have been worse. Like I was in the middle of taking my daughter to gymnastics and the car just literally without warning, without anything, it just went out. And so last week I wasn't able to get the car from where it was to where it needed to be, because when I went through the process that I was supposed to go through and I did all the stuff that I was supposed to go through, I had to wait yet again on systems and processes, and it was things that I just could not control. Then the other day, there were some other things that I was like, man, I just got this big contract and I was excited about it and I have to wait again. So it just felt like delay after delay, roadblock after roadblock. And then I'm just like, my God, I can't even take anything else right now. All these delays are literally back to back, and it's just making me take a step and realize everything is starting to look the same. And when everything does look the same, you have to know, God, what is the lesson that you want me to learn today? What is the lesson? And at this point, I'm at a point in my life where it's like, I'm sick of the lessons. I'm tired of being the strongest soldier. I'm tired of being in this place where it's like, I just cannot go forward. I have to wait for these roadblocks. And so it's like, what is this season of waiting? Why am I being tested? And what I realize is that even in the moments that we are being tested, you can choose how you respond to the test, which is going to determine whether you're going to get out of it quicker or whether you're going to stay in that test. Yesterday was a day that I really almost had a crash out moment, because it was just like what they call the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm like, you cannot be kidding me. You cannot kid me anymore. I was just so sick of it. But I knew, I'm like, okay, you're being tested. So I went to my bathroom sink and I just laid over the counter. I looked in the mirror and I was like, I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. With tears rolling down my eyes, I chose to just say, I am grateful. Because even in all of the delays that were happening, there were moments of little blessings throughout the day that I was like, wow, it's not as bad as I thought. Everything is coming together and I'm still going to be grateful. And I had to just keep reminding myself that the waiting season is never wasted unless you choose to waste the season. Sometimes we think that waiting for what we want is a punishment, but more often than not, your waiting season is probably preparation. You might not be ready for what it is to come. So you have to take that time and say, God, show me how to be able to wait, or show me what you want me to do, or how you want me to be in my waiting season, because I know that you're preparing me for something. A lot of times I feel like God is asking, will you trust me when you can't control the outcome? Will you hold on to the vision when the evidence is not matching what you know that you saw, but it's not here? And so what I'm learning in my own awareness, and I hope it will help you too, is that waiting is really just an act of faith. I think more often than not, at least in my experience and in my personal life, a lot of times I feel upset because I can't control it. I can't make it go faster. And it's like, Lord, we got deadlines down here. I don't know what you're doing up there, but do you know the deadline down here? And he don't care. He does not care. So it is literally an active trust. It's keeping your hands and your mind open. It's keeping you grounded. It's keeping your gratitude high if you choose. And it is also keeping your hope alive. We cannot control the timing, but you always can control your response. You can always choose your energy. You can always shift your attitude. Just like yesterday when I talked about the crash out moment, I chose to cry a little bit and then say, you know what? None of this is my fault. None of this stuff is things that I can actually control. And so because I can't control it, what I can do is talk about the gratitude so that instead of me getting more things that I don't want because I'm playing the woe is me game, that I can attract what I want by saying, I'm thankful, I'm grateful. And I literally said that yesterday until my mouth started to hurt. So you can choose to believe that it's already worked out for you even before you see it, or you can choose to say, if one more thing happens, because guess what? When you say it, one more thing is going to happen, okay? The world is going to be like, bet one more thing can happen. And I knew I didn't have room for one more. Your homework is your call to alignment. So this week, I want you to do 3 things. One is name the thing that you're actually waiting for. Say that thing out loud. And then write it down. Call it by name. I literally have my journal in my bed, and I have just been sitting down and I have been writing the things that I know is my promise to me. Okay? Not my promise, but the promise that has been given to me. And so I wrote those things down literally the other day. Release your timeline. Release your timeline. I'm going to say it one more time. Release your timeline for when you think you should have it. And you can hand it back to God and remind yourself that your job is not to control the when. You have no control over when something happens, but you can control the person that you're becoming while you wait. You can read and do your personal development. You can get more into your word. You can meditate more. You can pray more. You can be more grateful about all the little things. You can stop murmuring and complaining. You can stop gossiping about your situation to other people. All of these things are things that you can actually control. Then do the thing this week that aligns with what you're waiting for. So if you are waiting for a new job opportunity, you can prepare your resume. If you're waiting for a breakthrough in your business, you can continue to show up. You can continue to post online. You can send emails, go pass out flyers, stand in the parking lot at the store. If you're waiting on a promise to be fulfilled, you can thank God that it's already done. I hope that this is helping you today like it helped me. Before I close, I do want to talk about a celebration. So I mentioned it on the podcast show last week that we recently had crossed. Last week we had crossed 500 downloads, and this week we're closing in on 600 downloads for the podcast, and it's only been 5 months. And so I just want to say thank you so much to all of you that are listening, that you are sharing. If you have not listened to these episodes, definitely go back to episode 1 because I promise you that everything in here is just going to bless your life. But I don't want to stop there. I definitely want to be able to help more women. So if this episode spoke to you today, please help us reach our next milestone of 1,000 downloads by finding 5 to 10 women in your life where you know that this is going to bless them. The women who need a reminder that a waiting season is never the end. It is part of the journey, and we need to learn how to celebrate the journey. A lot of times when we have these dreams and goals, we're upset because we don't have the outcome yet. But the journey is the best part of everything. And you miss all those little moments. You miss how you've changed along the way. You miss like who you used to be to this person that you are. You miss those little moments of transition when you're focused on how disappointed you are that you do not have the outcome. So remember, the waiting season is never your end. The waiting season is actually your preparation for how big you're going to win. It's a part of your story. So before I go, I want to leave you with this affirmation, and it is, I am open to divine timing, and I trust that what's meant for me will find me right on time. Remember that the things in your life are not falling apart. They are being removed so your blessings can fall into place. So keep on waiting, keep on working, keep on believing, because your breakthrough is closer than you think. Until next time, everybody, take care of yourself and keep leading from within. I'll talk soon. Thank you for joining me in the Educator Sanctuary, where we create a space for women educators to reclaim their power and prioritize themselves unapologetically. If you've loved what you've heard, please do not forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with other amazing women who need to hear this message. Until next time, remember, you are capable, you are powerful, and you are absolutely worthy. You've got this. Talk soon.